If you ever want to get rich quick, hype a crypto token with a dog in the logo or join a Ponzi scheme. In both scenarios, just make sure to exit before the inevitable crash. I was stumbling around YouTube the other day and found a Ponzi scheme that is fascinating. Some Ponzi schemes are simple while others can be quite elaborate. CashFx is a Ponzi scheme that might be one of the best I've ever seen.
So this is the best business model I've ever seen.
It surely is the best business model I've ever seen. Where else can you earn 1% return on your investment every single day?
I joined this CashFx on April 8th of last month. That was a Wednesday. That's why there's only 3 days of results there. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day I made 1% on my initial investment. First week I made 3.9%. Week 2 I made 5%. Week 3, 5%. Week 4, 5. Week 5, 5%. So pretty consistent. Pretty standard stuff.
Yes, pretty standard stuff to be earning 1% returns per day on your trades. It's even more standard when you consider he put his money into a magical trader behind a purple curtain after signing up for this CashFX Ponzi scheme.
Hey everybody, it's John Kevitz from Acquire Liberty. Thanks for spending your time with me here today. Today, we're going to talk about CashFX. Is it the real deal? Is it true about just earning passive money without having to do anything?
Let's start from the beginning. CashFX is another forex MLM trading platform that is 100% a Ponzi scheme. It'll become pretty obvious very quickly, but apparently it's not so obvious to people who don't follow this channel.
So it's really, there's a real buzz around CFX right now, and we're growing really fast. There's over 250,000 members.
250,000 people have joined this MLM scheme. On one hand, I'm absolutely shocked that this many people could join. On the other hand, this is a global enterprise. These MLM Ponzi schemes can spread like wildfire, and 250,000 people is nothing compared to the 7 or 8 billion people that are alive on this earth today. At the center of all of these schemes is greed, which is universal and can only be tamed if you have an awareness that the Ponzi scheme you're being pitched will go down in flames eventually, with a lot of people holding the bag.
And if you look at these numbers here, folks, think about this for a second. If you put your money into the bank, let's just say you have a savings account, right? Every quarter of the year, if you're lucky, if you're absolutely lucky, you'll get what? 1% on your money?
What the promoters of these schemes want you to know is that your money is better off being invested in the Ponzi scheme than sitting in a bank. I do recommend always investing your money instead of leaving it in the bank, but when compared with a Ponzi scheme, at least your money will be in your bank account tomorrow when you need it. Many of the 250,000 members are about to find out the hard way what happens when the scheme topples over.
I'm making, on average, 1% per day, if you look at all these numbers, just for the first 5 weeks, and I'm generating 5% on my investment every week. And guess what I had to do? I had to do this. I said, here, take my money. I'm trusting you with it. Don't screw me. And let's see what you got.
A very hands-off way of earning 1% returns every single weekday. By now, you're probably wondering how you can sign up. Hold on, my friend. Wait until the video is over before making a decision on whether to sign up for this scheme or not. I know you want to get rich quick in a couple of months, but you need to be aware of the dangers first. Just to give you an idea of what 5% returns every week looks like, a $1,000 initial deposit would lead to a balance of over $12,000 after 1 year. After 2 years, you'd have $159,000, and after 3 years, you'd have over $2 million.
And you have brokers working for you after you say, here, take my money, and they handle your money, and they invest your money wherever they think the fiat money is going to, increase in value for that day.
By now, I'm sure you're salivating at the opportunity of investing into this scheme so you can become a multimillionaire in just under 3 years. But wait, it's not all peaches and cream. Thanks to this BehindMLM.com article titled CashFX Group Hasn't Paid in a Month, Threatens Termination, here's a message CashFX sent out to its members. It is important that you are aware frustration is no excuse for abusive or slanderous social media posts. Your comments could have your account permanently terminated from the CFX, a project that has the capacity to change your financial life. Threatening to ban people who demand their money is a great business practice. Bitcoin stability is returning, withdrawals are all getting caught up. One of the reasons why this Ponzi scheme could maintain its structure for so long was Bitcoin rising in value, which allowed the facade to continue. Once Bitcoin fell in value, all of a sudden it became more difficult for this MLM to pay its 5% per week returns. The system needed to recruit more people. These delays are not a warning of a future failure, but rather our unwavering focus on diligence and taking the correct actions to ensure a long and successful business partnership in our CFX family. Delays in sending money to its members is the clearest sign of a future failure. This behind MLM website spotted the cracks in the foundation last April as CashFx was struggling to pay its members. We prepare for our busiest withdrawal period on the weekends by purchasing Bitcoin at the end of the week to cover expected withdrawal requests. He then explains that when Bitcoin price drops unexpectedly, they take a hit. At this point, we have a couple options. One is to spend an extra $85,000 to complete withdrawal requests. Another would be to wait for a price recovery, thus protecting the capital on behalf of the members and the company, and then complete the withdrawal request without such a large loss. Multiple times over the last few days, we began the process of paying out all withdrawal requests. However, due to market volatility, we had to stop before being able to complete all the withdrawal requests. So each day we would pay out several withdrawal requests, but unfortunately, not all of them at once. CashFX takes the initial investment in Bitcoin and sends their returns in Bitcoin. When Bitcoin drops significantly like it has, then CashFX's money supply dries up, forcing them to need to recruit new members or upsell existing customers in order to receive the funding necessary to pay out its returns. When Bitcoin was rising in value, it allowed CashFX to pay out crazy returns to its members and keep its members happy. Remember that this is supposed to be a forex trading platform, right? Why do you think they're so reliant on Bitcoin? I'll answer that in a minute. You're probably wondering right now why people are signing up for CashFX. It's an MLM, so it's likely that you got recruited to join this amazing opportunity by a friend that will help you make passive income and replace your job in a couple of weeks. They promote as high as 15% weekly returns, and then you have people on YouTube promoting this scam so that you can join in their downline. I joined this guy's email list just to get an idea of what emails I would receive. My name is John Kevitz, and I want to show you how you can make real passive income on a daily basis. I learned that I can make money 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, at an average rate of around 1 to 2% on my investment each day. CashFX is very similar to other MLM Ponzi schemes in the forex trading niche. You sign up under the guise that you will make 5% returns every week from their trading platform, and they also give you incentives to recruit other people so you can make money from the new recruits, just like any other MLM. Let's dive into the actual business of CashFX. This is probably the most elaborate and well-constructed Ponzi scheme I've ever seen created. This video gives us a good idea on how to start. There's levels of entrance. You can start with $300 all the way up to $100,000. The returns are fixed for each level and take 131 days to fully recoup your initial investment. The $300 starting point is how most people begin, and CashFX promises $2.29 every day in returns. You can see why people are incentivized to input more money since they're promised pretty big daily returns. One arm of this company is investing in forex trading, and the other arm is recruiting people to join. Here's an example of someone investing $1,000 into the scheme.
When you join, okay, your trading account deposit, you put $1,000 in, your trading amount is $700 or 70% of the $1,000. It's like that with every package. The 30% goes to the academy and the education and the fast start bonuses and the unilevel bonuses.
70% of your initial investment goes to the trading arm of the company, where some magical AI bot trades Forex for you and makes 5% every week. The other 30% goes to your education program. Depending on the level of initial investment, you'll unlock the respective level of the trading academy. This is how these Ponzi schemes can dress themselves up as being legitimate. They claim they're providing an education. They make the academy look super legit with different levels and colors and icons, and you can level up when you pay more into the system. Of course, you want to keep leveling up because then you can learn advanced strategies to earn more money. All of this is such a logical flaw since they just tell you that they're the ones trading with their bot anyway, so why would you need to learn how to trade Forex? Finding plot holes in a Ponzi scheme is like a snobby movie critic watching a Michael Bay movie.
If you just go bear, guess what? Even though you're only trading on $700, okay, because they take the 30% and put it in the academy, you still get 2 times of your initial investment. So you lose nothing. They're trading on your $700 because they took the 30% for fast start bonuses for your team and unilevel bonuses for your team. But you still make back double the $1,000 that you initially invested.
All of the clueless minions who pitch these Ponzi schemes, number 1, need to face repercussions when the inevitable crash happens, and 2, just regurgitate what they've been told. A part of me thinks the marketers of these schemes actually believe in the scheme and are just brainwashed. With 250,000 people in their scheme, maybe this Ponzi scheme isn't so obvious. At this point, you're probably wondering who the magician is trading Forex that can generate these kinds of consistent, stable, and exponential returns.
And then this J here, Javier, You know, we've known each other for years. Okay? 15 years, maybe?
Yes.
Yes? You gotta say yes like this. Here's the mic.
Yes.
Okay, there. Yeah, he doesn't like to talk too much. You know what I mean? Like,
These four clowns all make up the traders and engineers behind the scenes. This Javier guy gets hyped up as one of the master traders who can help you make 5% returns per week. That would be pretty remarkable if it were true. Guess what Javier has been doing the past 6 years?
Now, if we actually look up luxury taxi service Sirico.com, and coming through here, you see Javier, luxury taxi services driver.
Credit to the great research done by an anonymous YouTube channel exposing these losers. Javier was a taxi driver before becoming the master trader for CashFx. What a remarkable career arc for this scammer. He went from being a taxi driver to a forex master trader. In between his career change, he was promoting one MLM after another. It seems like his experience is not in forex master trading, but in going from one MLM to the next, hoping to scam as many people as possible before the collapse of the program happens. It's only appropriate that his biggest scam would be his biggest payday.
Javier Lito, very much associated with Hilda. These two have worked together in multiple MLM businesses before in the past.
The expert trading team behind this CashFX platform are a bunch of MLM veterans hopping from one pyramid to the next. Looks like they finally hit their big payday with this Ponzi operation. How is this scam actually making money? Let's hear from the founder himself.
And we are completely transparent because if you break down our compensation plan, you can tell that we are paying from the products and not from new people. Remember, guys, new people comes in, and then most of the company, with that money, they pay all people, and that's really a scheme that is not sustainable. Those schemes don't last over 6 months, 8 months. They are out.
The founder, Huascar Lopez, is lying straight to your face. He's claiming that earnings don't come from new members, but he must not be aware that we all know how MLMs work. New members pay the income of the people who recruited them. Let's see if he contradicts himself.
For people that don't have much capital, because if you put a little bit of effort and you refer someone you know, only 1 or 2 or 3 people that you can refer of this program, you can change your life, because the potential income is quadruple, 4 times, really fast to grow and keep growing to the next levels.
Surprise, surprise, there actually was never any trading going on. Those magical 5% returns per week were not from some taxi driver turned master trader. These clowns take your money, disperse a portion of it to previous members to keep them quiet, then pocket some for themselves. As long as Bitcoin was rising, they were able to pay out the alleged profits. Once Bitcoin prices started tanking, all of a sudden they had liquidity issues. How coincidental. And it's quite odd for a massively successful forex trading company to be so tied to Bitcoin. That doesn't raise any red flags at all.
So you can see they have a 20% fee, so that's $723.46. So
what's crazy about this operation is they take a 20% fee when you want to withdraw your money. And here's where the scheme really gets you.
And the returns have been anywhere from around 20 to 30% per month since I joined. So we usually get around 5, 6, 7% returns each week. The last few weeks it's been around just over 5%, so it's really, really good. And that's the benefit of CFX. With that returns, you can then upgrade to the next package, the next package, the next package, and go all the way up. Their top package is $100,000. You can start at $300. So right now I'm at $50K, and today I'm going to be upgrading to the $70K package.
If you remember from earlier, there's levels of investment for this scheme. What appears to be happening is CashFX is paying its members while the operation is still liquid enough to do so. These members are so happy and so ignorant to the fact that they're a member of a Ponzi scheme that they upgrade their package. Think deep about this. The members aren't taking any profits. They're simply rolling the fake profits into the next more expensive package. This just keeps pushing the issue down the road. Someone might see 5% returns in their dashboard for a few weeks, which triggers them to invest more money into the scheme by upgrading their package. With more money coming into the system, it allows for returns to be paid to the previous members. Each level of this Ponzi scheme has 131 days to return the money, but what happens is the members buy into the next more expensive package before they fully recoup their money. As long as money is coming into the system, the Ponzi scheme can continue.
So this is a classic sign of a Ponzi scheme drying up. So I just want to take you to Alexa, cashfxgroup.com. You can see over the past 90 days it's going down and down and down. So the amount of traffic going to the site now is a lot less than it was 90 days ago, which is the classic sign that the Ponzi scheme is coming to an end.
It's clear that the cracks are starting to show. This scam claims offices in Panama, so it may be difficult for authorities to track down the culprits fast enough to shut this operation down. Authorities from various countries are coming out and saying that they aren't registered to offer securities or any investments, basically telling people to stay away. If you scavenge through the web and Facebook groups, you'll see that members are already starting to complain about their payouts. Once the money dries up to pay returns, you'll see the founders and people in control take their money and run. It happens every time. It sucks for all of the victims out there who got recruited to join this Ponzi scheme, but you better take your money and run, and make sure it's cash in your bank account and not just numbers on a screen. The returns you see on your screen are generally fake, since no trading in these schemes ever takes place. It's just money from someone else used to pay you. Let's play a little game. What does everyone think the punishment should be for everyone involved? We can start with the founders. The traders and engineers all need to be held accountable. What about the marketers promoting this scheme and recruiting people into it? Either they're too dumb to know what a Ponzi scheme looks like, or they do and are recruiting just for the money. Both scenarios deserve punishment. For anyone watching this who will be recruited to join a forex trading MLM, please stay away. These are Ponzi schemes that lead to everyone losing their money except for the founders who scammed you and ran. Thanks for watching.